And we spoke a lot about evaluation, grant writing earlier, and in the work that you do with Granted Advisors. I know, well, I read on your website, equity centered methods. And I really wanted to hone in on that and like wanted you to explain more about how you all um, materialize that in the work that you all do.
Yeah, so there's multiple different ways that I like to center equity. And like I said before, a lot of it stems from my personal experience, like through Hurricane Katrina. And I know how I felt when I was in that seat being evaluated, right? My mission is I don't want anyone to ever feel like that ever again. So whenever I create evaluation projects, that is the lens that I put on, making sure that people feel supported and a part of the evaluation process when they are being evaluated. And that's really the lens that I use to create strategies for my clients as well. So when you think about putting equity first, it's like empowering people, centering them, and putting them in a seat where they are the decision maker. So a lot of it is education focused. Here are the steps to evaluation. Like, do you know what an evaluation model is? Do you know? And it's one thing to go in and just be like, okay, here's an evaluation. Go ahead. This is it. And it's another thing to put education first and teach people about why evaluation is important, how they can create a learning culture using the data they can collect, and how you can utilize the data at the end of the day. Whether you want to use it to tell your story on social media, whether you want to use it for grant writing, there are so many ways that you can go about centering the community through this work. And so that's really what I try to do. And it's so important, especially here in the Gulf South, where sometimes it's a push. People are scared when they hear equity, but I don't care. Like we have to stand up against it and talk and continue to talk about it and to continue to talk about what equity really is and making sure that people have the infrastructure in place to collect quality data, to challenge standards of traditional rigor, and to be able to tell their stories in the way that is most authentic to them. So, and that's what I support folks in doing.
I love how you center your own experience and how you want to show up for others, and kind of like how we highlighted before, like the traumatizing way that research can be done and really building in participatory ways to be alongside communities, supportive, and really ensuring that people are all safe in when they're sharing out their data and their stories with researchers and doing that work. So shout out to you for doing that.
Thanks. Exactly. And like just to say one other thing, I want to like help people to not be afraid of data. When you say data and evaluation, people are like, "Oh no, I'm out of here." What I want to do is help bring color to data. Like data is more than just statistical analysis. That is important, but it's so much more than that. It can be pictures, it's stories, it can be whatever you want it to be. And disaggregating data is such a dire need in our communities and stuff like that, and giving people access to data that they need, but also showing them how to collect data. It is also very important. So
Absolutely. Disaggregated data is a huge equity topic. And I hosted a panel recently, and they were saying like whoever holds the data holds the power. And I think that that is very, very important in so many aspects. So yeah, really, really creating those ways to give
exactly.
people back power by giving them their